we talked about application of spirituality, and that is how when we met, you mentioned about Yoga Nidra. So give us some 5 important facts about it, and what should we as an audience should know about it before we really start into practicing. It's not a one-day thing. You sit and you start. As you said, we need to be aware of many things, and the term that you know, it is more of believers in it.
Yeah.
More of Astika approach where believers in it. So tell us more about Yoga Nidra that you've been practicing or teaching people.
So there are various schools which are available today to practice, but the one who made this popular is Bihar School of Yoga in the 1960s. Swami Satyananda brought it and he
Okay.
restructured the ancient practice.
Okay.
So because the yogis and the people who are in the path of self-discovery wanted to stay awake and alert, they started to learn and practice this process.
Okay.
So according to Swami Satyananda, 1 hour of Yoga Nidra gives us 4 hours equivalent of rest and relaxation.
Okay.
And that 1 hour Yoga Nidra, we should practice with complete, as much as possible, awareness. Now, this again is clinically studied and verifiable. In Nimhans, Bangalore, to Menninger Foundation in the US, they have done enough research. So when someone consciously learns and practices Yoga Nidra, they are increasing the probability of delta wave to flow in the brain when they go to sleep. Delta gives deep sleep ability in which cellular level repairs happen in the body. And it is deeply tied up with our circadian rhythm. So our 10 to 3 or 10:30 to 3:30 approximately.
3:30 approach.
Yeah, we have to
REM.
we have to sleep properly. At least we know how to rest so that the body is allowed to do its functioning of repairing. And then what happens? This process, when you practice clearly with understanding, alpha state can be generated during your practice itself. In alpha state, a person can be non-judgmental, they can absorb more, they can listen better, and they can think without bias. Alpha state is, to say in a common man's language, they can develop the ability to be a very good witness. A witness doesn't engage in action. A witness only reports what exactly happened without adding their masala. Correct? That is why in the court also the witness is called. Both parties are there. The witness is mainly
Non-biased.
cross-checked before the verdict is given. Because a witness is someone who is supposed to say things as it is, as it unfolded. So that means that ability in us is given by when we invoke the alpha state. So Yoga Nidra helps us to do that as well. So how this achieves is this process is mapped to the 5 sheets each of us walk around with. It's called Panchakosha in the Upanishads. What we see now physically is called the Annamaya Kosha, the physical sheath. Then the breath which is happening is an expression of prana, Pranamaya Kosha, the energy or the life force body. And then the mind is called the Manonmaya Kosha. And right now, we are all trying to understand what's going on from 6 o'clock using our Vijnana, intellect. And we are trying to understand which is beyond the intellect, which is Anandamaya, which is spiritual. Because when we were children, we were told, earn well, you will be happy. Go abroad, you will be happy. We have done everything. When you join a job, they say, first get a credit card, go for a abroad holiday. Till you swipe, you are happy. When you start paying EMI, you know who is happy, the bank is. So we understand happiness in only quantifiable things.
Yes.
Our mere being alive itself, we should be happy, no? Without any disease. So we don't feel happy because a lot of time we don't know in English dictionary there is a word called gratitude.
Yes.
So this way, in Yoga Nidra, we tap the 5 sheets of existence. As per Upanishads, it appears that the Supreme Being, the reality, is behind and beyond these 5 sheets. How to easily understand? Moment the breath leaves the body, life is gone, right? But now I am talking with you. The body is the physical body. But because I am able to observe and see this body, I am not this. Like I am able to see for example, Tarun is there. I clearly know I am not Tarun, right? Because I can see Tarun there. So because you are able to see the body, our scriptures say you are not the body because you are able to see the body. You are able to feel the breath. You are able to observe what is going on in your mind. Like that, like onion layer, onion is peeled, no? Like that, when you do a process like Yoga Nidra, you slowly understand what you are not first, and then what you are will become very clear to you. Okay. To begin with, it works in the brain. It works in a particular location called little man in the brain. If you Google, you will know. Little man in the brain. I'm reading the syllabus itself of Yoga Nidra. So when you do the body level scanning and taking the awareness through the body parts in a particular way, a system called little man in your brain gets activated and it starts to help you relax the body. Then when you are aware of the breath, the key is understanding the difference between awareness, concentration, meditation. That's a different subject. But what I'm trying to tell you is the moment you become a witness to your own breath, that breath will put you in touch with prana. Okay. Then when you are aware of various visualizations, which in Yoga Nidra you will be taken through, you will understand how steady, calm, and collected your mind is. Then slowly in higher levels, emotions, many other things, the practitioner is taken over. So slowly what happens, first the practitioner will understand, I have everything, but I actually don't know anything. Many of us don't know how the heart functions, kidney functions. That we actually don't know anything. So Yoga Nidra like process will clearly establish without us feeling inferior. We are not alone in this game. In the world, nobody knows anything. Everybody thinks they know everything and they are functioning and creating chaos. Because I know is the most dangerous word which should be banished from people's life. The moment you say I know, that means we don't know. That's it. So when you take Yoga Nidra, along with Antarmauna, Mantra Sadhana, and set of Pranayama, it helps us to reasonably reach exactly who you are as a personality. Then you will know what is the limit of your present intellect and when you need help. Unless you press F1, even the computer will not help you. It is present in computer. But you have to press F1. Call center number is given in the bank. Unless you call, you will not get help.
Dial it.
Like that, we need to practice this consciously to receive the help from the cosmic level. And what Swami Satyananda has said, you have to first decide what is your desire, and there is a method to convert that desire into a resolve. Now, this is where the field which you are in, Priyanka, and Yoga Nidra are different. As a psychologist, as a psychotherapist, you exactly are going to operate with the client with their knowledge already have. But you are also part of Matrix, which is a coaching organization. A coach sits before the client, clearly knowing I don't know anything about the client. In fact, I don't need to know about the client. I don't need to know the story of the client. Then the unfolding happens for the client. The aha moment happens for the client. Same way, in Yoga Nidra, the instructor or the teacher is never curious to know what is your desire or the resolve.
Beautiful. Okay.
So a mesmerism, practitioner of mesmerism, hypnotism, psychotherapy, counseling, psychologist, counselor, basic counselor, all of them will be curious about who you are, what is your life, unless they know they can't help you. even a healer, they all want to know who you are, your why of your life. But only a coach and somebody in the spiritual realm will not want to know who you are, because you have to deal with your life. Correct? So Yoga Nidra comes into that space of not knowing even the practitioner what they are having, but helping the practitioner to decide how to make a resolve and use it in the process. Is that okay?
Yes. It's quite interesting because, because as you're telling me right now, the first thing we do is case history. I go back. I ask questions. I want to know. We build a base. We understand what is the situation. So there's a preset knowledge that comes in, and the analysis begins then and there. So I think here is more of discovery where we don't know what is going to happen or what what is the goal. So you mean to say there is no defined goal? You'll discover it as you proceed further.
You don't know what you're going to discover. No, if you know what you're going to discover, the game is over. See, people think I will marry and discover happiness. Anybody has discovered that? Tell me honestly. That is a mirage only. So you cannot discover something before it happens to you. This is what we are thinking. I will know, then I will do. Tell me everything, I will do. This is a problem of modern day intellect. How can you know something when you don't have an experience of that?
Yes.
Can you explain me how a tomato soup will taste without me tasting? True. So as a psychologist, as a psychotherapist, how these processes will help is, when you go through the case study, you are very robust using your sthula buddhi to understand everything, but you allow the process to unfold because it is their life. See, the moment you start micromanaging a client, remember in our tradition, they say their karma, which is akin to a monkey, will sit on your back. That is why surgeons have gloves. When we all had corona, we had mask. Whenever dealing with somebody without precaution, what is there within them will come on to you. So I keep telling, coaching is as good as Vedanta, a profession which has no karma attached to it. Every other profession, what the doctor does, take the glove, wash with Dettol, then they become clear and come back. So if you are in the profession where you are going to dig deep the history to help, your intention is to help, not to know their story. Intention is clear. After every process with clients, before the process and after, you need to do a deep cleansing of connecting with the source. And telling the source, see, I am only a media, you are delivering the results. I have no idea about the results. It is like a scientist getting into the lab with an open mind, then only they can discover paracetamol. You understood? But before entering the lab, they know which chemicals are there. But how it is going to turn out, they don't know, right? They're open to that. So that is how counselors, psychologists can operate in their world without getting the karma back.